and how are you doing today? We got another kind of cloudy, muggy day here in Vancouver, but hopefully we'll still have fun with it. Might go for a walk afterwards to get some exercise. Okay, who's here today? Let me know if you're in the classroom. Feel free to say hello. All right, so we're at Thursday now. We're more than halfway through the week. Woo! Exciting stuff. So what are we going to do today? We got quite a few things. So we are going to, first of all, as you can see up here, do some animal idioms. So that'll be pretty fun. In English, we love to use idioms. And of course, we all love animals. So many of our idioms involve animals. So we're going to do that today, first class. Second class, we're going to do a listening exercise on trees. So we're keeping up our environmental theme here. Good morning, Gian. Nice to see you in class today. And third class, we are going to be doing a Guardian article, so a reading activity on solar-powered towns. Yet again, we're going with our environmental theme. All right, so we got a busy day, so let's get started. So I would like you to start off by please taking this sheet out here. Now, there are tons of idioms. We are not going to go through every single one. We're gonna do 8, maybe 10. We'll see how we are for time. But whatever I don't talk about today, you can go over in your free time. Okie doke? All right, guys. So let's get started. The first idiom I want to talk about is a little bird told me. So I'm going to draw a little picture just so you can get a literal sort of thing. So this is a picture. A little bird told me. So what does this mean? So this idiom, like it says on this sheet, so it basically means somebody told me a secret. Now, it wasn't actually a bird. It was probably a person, a friend perhaps. But basically this means someone is telling you a secret. So, for example, my friend, I came up to her and I said, hey, a little bird told me you're getting married. So my friend was trying to keep it a secret, but somebody told me. So you could say, a little bird told me, you're getting married. You're getting married. Nice. Okay. So now I wonder, would you guys, maybe I'm trying to think if you could make an example sentence. Okay. Or it might be a little bit difficult. Okay, we'll do it later. We'll do example sentences later. I'm just gonna choose a couple and then we'll try practice, okay? So that is a little bird told me. Next up, let's see. Let's get rid of this. And here we are. The second one we are going to do is, all right, let's see if you can guess what I'm drawing. Let's see if you can guess. Whoop. Okay, this is going to be awfully colored. Oh my God, this looks like a dog. This is not a dog. All right, can you tell what this is? See if you can guess. Can you guess the idiom I'm trying to tell you? So look at the color and look at the animal. What animal is this? So Try and write in the color and the animal. See if you can guess this idiom. It's not a dog. That's my first hint. This is not a dog. It's a different animal. I know it looks kind of like a dog. All right. This idiom basically means to be an unaccepted member of a group. Let's see if you guys can guess. So I'm going to start writing out an example sentence. Sometimes I feel like a something something in my family. Sheep. Thank you, Jiyun. Yes, sheep. This is a sheep. Good job. You can tell my awful drawing. So this idiom is called black sheep. So what is a black sheep? A black sheep is basically someone who doesn't belong because they're different. So when you think of sheep, usually you think of, okay, pretend these are sheep. Usually you think of white sheep, right? So white sheep are normal. Typically, they are the common sheep you see. Black sheep is different though. So if you feel like a black sheep, that means you feel different from the majority of people. So for example, sometimes I feel like a black sheep in my family. So sometimes I feel like a black sheep in my family because most of my family is very talkative and they're very, what's the term? Confident. I am not like the rest of my family. I'm definitely more like quiet and not as confident, unfortunately. So sometimes I feel like a black sheep in my family. But, you know, it happens. Okay, and let's do one more. Then we're gonna do a little kind of activity / discussion around these idioms. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of the black sheep. All right. Okay, let's get rid of this. And third idiom. All right. So I'm gonna just write this out. And this is a clam. So a clam is a type of food, like seafood that you can eat. It's a shell. So maybe it might look like this sometimes. You know, you find it in the ocean. So this is clam up. So clam up means to become really quiet. Just suddenly you stop talking, you don't want to talk anymore. So for example, maybe if, like for example, I don't like making presentations in front of people, especially when I was younger. I would always clam up during presentations. So when I was in high school, I always clammed up during presentations. Okay, so that's my example sentence there. This is an idiom that we use a lot in English, so this is a very good one to put in your vocabulary. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions, and I want you to try to use the idioms in these questions, in your answers, sorry. All right, so I'm gonna erase the board. So let's just get rid of this here. All right. Okay, so I'm trying to think of some good questions. Okay, so here is question number 1. Do you ever feel like a black sheep? So this means you don't belong. You feel like you don't belong somewhere. So where or when do you feel this way? Do you feel this way? Okay, so do you ever feel like a black sheep? Does this ever happen to you? Where or when does this happen? So I'd like you to type out your answer, and you could start off something like, oh, I feel like a black sheep when, or, here's my example. When I lived in Japan, sometimes I felt like a black sheep because I couldn't speak Japanese well, and I didn't understand Japanese culture very well either. So that's my example. Now I'd like you to try and make a sentence. Think about if you ever feel this way. It could be in the past, doesn't have to be a present tense situation, or it could be. It's completely up to you. All right, so I'm gonna write down the next question as well. Okay. Do you or have, actually, sorry, let me try that again. Do you ever clam up in certain situations? Certain situations. When was the last time you clammed up? Clammed up. Okay. So you remember clam up means to get quiet, like you just don't want to talk anymore. Does this ever happen to you? And if it does, when was the last time it happened? You can answer number 1 first. I'll let you answer number 1. Then you can go to number 2. Just gonna drink some water in the meantime. All right. Oh, okay, so Jian, you felt like a black sheep when you arrived in Canada. Good. I mean, maybe it's not the nicest feeling, but good sentence. That's a great sentence. Nicely done. Okay. I can relate. Like when I went to Japan, I felt the same way. Okay. Thank you, Jian. All right. So for number 2, do you ever clam up in certain situations? Like I said, sometimes I clam up when I'm talking to people at a party, especially if it's a large group of people, because I just don't know what to say. Last time I clammed up, 1 week ago on Friday at my friend's birthday party. I don't know. I was kind of tired and I didn't really feel like saying anything. Like everyone was talking and sharing memories, but I couldn't really relate, so I just clammed up. Yeah. All right, so tell me a time when you clammed up, like if it ever happens. Maybe you never clam up. Maybe you're super confident, which is really nice. I'm jealous if that's the case. But I think most people clam up at some point. I think it's pretty normal. All right. So go ahead and answer number 2. I'm going to get rid of number 1. And we're going to do one more little question. Okay. Let's see. Okay. A little bird told me that... Okay. So don't worry. You can tell me, you can write out the answer for number 3 later. Woo. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Just waiting for any answers or response on clamming up. Any ideas? All right. If you can't think of a situation for number 2, that's totally fine. We can skip it. All right. Oh, never mind. I see. When my husband asks about ex-boyfriend, I clam up. Oh, good. Okay. Okay. So, usually, Jian, don't forget to say, when my husband asks about ex-boyfriend. So, when my husband asks about, sorry, I'm going to get rid of this. Asks about my ex-boyfriend, I clam up. Okay, nice sentence. Good. Okay, sometimes I think I clam up too if my husband asks about my ex-boyfriend. So I can understand, I can relate. Okay, thank you so much. Now, for number 3, here you're going to have to be a little creative. So I've started off the sentence for you. A little bird told me that. So for example, remember I said, a little bird told me that you got married. So let's say this person is telling a secret. Maybe they had a secret and they didn't want anyone to know, but they found out and now they're telling them the secret. So don't use the married example because I already used a little bird told me you got married. So you have to think of a different secret, okay? It can be anything you want, so go ahead. Be creative. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of this here. Good sentences, these are very nice. Okay. Let's see, what else? All right, so I'm gonna start preparing the board, but keep typing out your answer for this while I prepare the next idiom. Okay. So here we go. I'm gonna draw this picture. It's gonna look very funny. Woo. All right, here we go. It's a crocodile. And he's crying. Oh. All right, this is gonna be a very awful looking crocodile. There we go. Crocodile Tears. Okay. Crocodile Tears. I'm gonna get some more water in the meantime. Okay. Is number 3 tricky? Don't worry if it's, I guess these can be a little bit challenging trying to think of some situations, but I know you can do it. All right, so I'm gonna write out an example sentence in the meantime. So, whenever my boyfriend gets angry at me, I cry crocodile tears to make him stop yelling at me. Alrighty. Okay, so, well, we'll leave this blank for now, but I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this next idiom. This is crocodile tears. So crocodile tears are fake tears, like they're not real tears. So when you are pretending to cry, You are crying crocodile tears. So here's an example sentence. When my boyfriend gets angry at me, I cry crocodile tears so that he'll stop shouting at me. So if I pretend I'm like scared and crying, maybe he'll stop being angry. Hopefully, we'll see. So I know some people do this sometimes to get people to stop being. Oh, okay, Jiun, let's see. A little bird told me that you fell over a rock. Nice, yeah, that could work. A little bird told me that you fell over a rock. Good. So just be careful. Remember past, actually, a little bird told me that you fell over a rock. So yeah, remember past tense, we want to use fell, and fall is present tense. Very good sentence. Thank you, Jiun. Nice. Okay. All right. So good. All right. So we're done with that. So that is crocodile tears, and this is all done. Okie dokie. Let's see. What's another one? Another idiom. Like I said, we're not doing every single idiom because it's going to be too long and intense. Okay. Now, I'm going to draw a picture. You have to guess it. Okay, I drew the crocodile one already, but this one you're going to guess. Okay, so it has big teeth. It's got some whiskers. And it's kind of fat looking. And it has a big tail, swims in the water, and it's a very famous animal in Canada. So this idiom is made of 2 words. See if you can guess it. What idiom do you think this could be? Woo! And he's very kind of almost happy looking. Let's see. What do you think? See if you can guess this. All right. So I'm going to write an example sentence in the meantime. So we could say, for example, Jiun is an blank blank. She always is quick to answer questions in class. Okay, so that is my example sentence. I hope you guys can tell what kind of animal this is. I know my drawings are not the best, but I think the tail makes it pretty obvious. Starts with a B. What do you think? No idea? Okay, maybe my drawing is not good enough. All right, so this animal is called a beaver. So this idiom is eager beaver. Oh, sorry, you got it, Jiun. Sorry. Okay, thank you. I should have waited a couple more seconds. But yeah, you're right. It is a beaver. Good job. So this idiom, eager beaver, this describes a person who is excited to do something. So my example I put here, so Jiun is an eager beaver. I hope you don't mind me using your name. So Jiun is an eager beaver because she always is quick to answer questions in class. So I ask a question, Jiun quickly types it out and gives me the answer back. That is an eager beaver. Okay. And let's do one more. Then I'll ask you guys some more questions. So let's get rid of crocodile tears. Okay. And let's see. Here we go. Oh, eager. Sorry, what is eager? Good question. New words. I'm going to put eager over here. So this is an adjective. Eager is someone who is basically excited, very willing to do something. So eager, so very willing or excited. So for example, I am always eager to go hiking. I really want to go hiking all the time. I love to hike. So if someone says, hey Melanie, do you want to go on a hike with me? Usually I will be pretty eager and I will say, yes, I will totally go on a hike with you. All right, does that explain it okay? Let me know if you need a better explanation or some example sentences for it. But good question. Thank you for asking eager. Okay, so let's do another idiom. All right, so here it is at 5 a.m. in the morning, and here's a tree, and here is a birdie singing its song. Doo, doo, doo. All right, so the idiom I'm trying to draw here is early bird. So this is an early bird. All right, so what's an early bird? An early bird is someone who likes to wake up early. Now, what's the opposite? The opposite of an early bird is, so let's say maybe it's like 1 a.m. The opposite of an early bird is a night owl. Okay, this is a very bad drawing of an owl, very chubby owl. Night owl. So early bird, someone who wakes up really early. Night owl, someone who likes to stay up late and stay awake at night. If you're a night owl, you're probably not an early bird, and vice versa. Okay, so nice stuff. I'm going to erase the board in just a second, and I'm going to ask you guys some more questions. Okay, so let's get rid of eager beaver. And let's get rid of night owl and early birdie. Okay. So, let's see. So fourth question. Okay, this could be a tricky one, but let's see if we can do it. Can you think of a time when you or someone cried crocodile tears? Okay, so basically, can you think of a time you or somebody else you know pretended to cry, like you fake cried? So that's question number 1. Question number 4, technically. For me, I suppose, trying to think of a time when I did this. So I think similar to my example, back in the past, like with an ex-boyfriend, he got angry at me, and then I pretended to be like, oh my God, I'm sorry, please don't be angry, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. Like, I think I was looking at his computer without permission. He got angry at me, so I cried. I'm like, I'm sorry. So I cried crocodile tears, and my boyfriend's like, okay, it's fine. Just don't do it again, okay? And I'm like, okay. So that's my one example of crying crocodile tears. So has this ever happened to you, or has somebody you know ever done this? Feel free to type out your answers. And I'm going to prepare question number 5 in the meantime. All right. Do you know anyone who is an eager beaver? And what are they eager about? Okay. So, all right, I'll let you guys try to answer question 4 before I go on to question 5 though. Alrighty. Let's see. Wonder if we'll have enough time for the rest of this. Let me see. Hopefully. Okay, actually we might have enough time. Okay. All right. If it's too difficult to think of an answer for number 4, that's all right. I'm guessing that you're probably just typing it out right now though. So if that's the case, awesome, keep typing. If you aren't able to think of a situation, that's okay. We can move on to number 5 instead. So do you know anyone who's an eager beaver? Let's see, I'm gonna use my example is my husband. I think he's a pretty eager beaver when it comes to playing video games or buying new video games. He loves video games. So whenever a new video game comes out, he's like, oh, I gotta go to the store. I'm gonna go buy this new video game because he's so eager to play this video game. So that's my example of knowing someone who's an eager beaver. When it comes to other things like, I don't know, hiking or cooking, no, he is not an eager beaver. Mainly just for video games. That's about it, I think. All right. So, okay, so June, when your nephew wants a toy, he cried crocodile tears. Kids are good at doing that. You gotta be careful. Good. So yeah, you could say, yeah, my nephew. So past tense, you could say, yeah, my nephew wanted. So yeah, don't forget past tense, wanted a toy. So he cried crocodile tears. Nice, very good example. Was this when he was with you? Did you have to buy him the toy? Did you buy him the toy? Or was he crying crocodile tears to his mother or his father? I wonder if I did that as a kid, cry crocodile tears. Sometimes I did that, I think. Good, yeah, thank you for your answer, Jiyun. That's great. Very nice example. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of number 4 because we're all done with that. Okay, and I'm going to, let's see, what was our other word? I'm gonna write down number 6. You can type out number 5 while I write out number 6. Are you an early bird or a night owl? Okay, an early, I totally wrote that out wrong, sorry. Are you an early? That makes no sense. Are you an early bird or A night owl. Okay, so that is our question for number 6. Are you an early bird? Do you get up early? Or are you a night owl? You stay up all night? Yeah, for me, I feel like I'm a bit more of a night owl by nature. I always tend to stay up late. Even if I know I have to wake up early, I'm just awake at night. I don't know why. I'm only an early bird if I have to be. Like if I have to go to work, I will wake up early. But if I don't have to go to work, I am not an early bird. All right. Oh, and Jian says, my mother is an eager beaver. Yeah, that's good. You could say that, Jian. Yeah. You could definitely say that. All right. So I'll write down the sentence. All right. So yeah, my mother. Good. Don't forget the verb. So my mother is an eager beaver. An eager beaver about her work. About her work. Nice. Good. Yeah, you could absolutely say that. So you can say, yeah, my mother is an eager beaver about her work. And then you could describe why. You don't have to do it now, but just for example, oh, my mother is an eager beaver about her work. She always gets up early, she goes to work early, and she works overtime, and she just has a great time working. Just for example. All right, very nice. Thank you, Jiun. All right, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we still got 5 idioms left, so we might speed through the last 5 idioms. Okay, but that's all right. And yeah, if you can, answer number 6. Number 6 is a short answer. You don't have to type out a whole sentence about it. Okay, we'll get rid of that. And all right, so I'm gonna set up the next idiom. Okay, so here is our next idiom. Okay, this is gonna be a very weird, awful picture. Whee! Okay, this is a horse. All right, so this idiom is called horse around. Okay, so let's see, horse around, and so when I was a kid, I usually horsed around with my sisters. Okay. All right, so I got our next idiom set up. Okay, so I'll just wait until we get an answer for number 6 about being an early bird or a night owl. Okay, so Jian, when you were young, you were a night owl. Okay, but now you're an early bird. I see. It's good. I think it's good to be an early bird. I wish I was an early bird, but by nature, I'm not. Oh, cool. That's interesting that you changed from night owl to early bird. Nice. Okay, good sentences. Thank you so much. All right, so for the next couple idioms, sorry, I'm gonna go through them really quickly. So we might not have time to do some questions, but I'll try. Okay, so horse around. So this means to play roughly, and like basically to play rough or to goof off. So to goof off means you don't do any work. So sometimes, for example, I was a teacher in Thailand, and I had to teach very young students. And my students would often horse around in class, or they would goof off. They would just play, they wouldn't listen, they were kind of naughty. So that's what horse around means. So when I was a kid, I usually horsed around with my sisters. All right, so that's the example I have there. And, okay, so I'm gonna speed off to the next one. Sorry, I know this is gonna be like super fast. If you want me to explain something again, just let me know though, okay? Kill 2 birds. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Okay, so this is not the nicest sounding idiom because it promotes animal cruelty. Okay, so here's 1 stone, and here's a dead bird, and here's another dead bird. Okay, so what this means is that when you kill 2 birds at once, you accomplish 2 things at the same time. Okay, so let's say, for example, you need to go shopping. Let's see. You need to buy, maybe you need to buy some new clothes, but you also need to go buy dinner for tonight. So when you go out to go shopping, so let's say you go, so maybe this rock is you shopping. So when you go out shopping, you manage to buy some clothes and you buy dinner. So you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. All right. So I'll give a quick example sentence. I'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. With 1 stone by going to France. So basically, I'll get a job and I'll learn to speak French. Learn to speak French. So yeah, let's say, for example, I need to get a job, and I also have wanted to learn French for a long time. It's been a dream of mine, and I can't find any work here. So what will I do? Maybe I'll move to France. I'll get a job and I'll learn to speak French. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Okay, so that's 2 birds, 1 stone. And let's do, wow, this got crazy. Let's do 1 more. Okay, let the cat out of the bag. Okay, let the cat out of the bag. Okay, so here's the cat. Meow. And this person's like, oh no, whoops. Okay, so to let the cat out of the bag means you reveal a secret. It's different from a little bird told me because it's kind of bad when this happens. So let's say, for example, I'm trying to plan a surprise party for my best friend, but shh, it's a secret. Don't tell my friend about this. We're gonna surprise her, okay? So then my other friend says, okay, it's a secret. Then my friend runs into my best friend and is like, hey, are you going to the party later on tomorrow? And then my best friend's like, huh? What party? And then my other friend's like, oops, I let the cat out of the bag. So you accidentally tell a secret that you were not supposed to. Whoops. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this and I'm going to ask you guys some questions about these idioms. Okay, horse around. Let's do horse around. Do you ever horse around? Do you ever horse around? Do you ever like play roughly with your friends or, goof off and not do your work? Do you ever do something like this? For me, sometimes I do horse around. Like, for example, I'm supposed to do my homework, but I don't. Instead, I just go meet my friends. Maybe I have a beer with my friends. So I'm kind of horsing around. Especially when I was younger as a kid, I would horse around a lot. Like play roughly with my friends, didn't do my homework. Bad student. Let me know if you ever did this. All right, and so that was number 7. And number 8, let's see. Have you or someone ever let the cat out of the bag? So for this one, have you ever ruined a surprise for somebody? Or do you know someone who ruined a surprise for someone? Or like a secret, like not just a surprise birthday party, but maybe, for example, maybe you're really sick, but you don't want people to know. But if someone tells that secret, they let the cat out of the bag. So have you ever done this, or has someone else ever done this? See if you can think of some example sentences in the last 3 minutes. Okay. Trying to think, have I ever done this, or has someone ever done this to me? I feel like I've probably done this before. Trying to think of a good example. When did I do this? So, I got an example. So when, maybe 1 year ago, my friend and I, we pretended. So there are these giant chairs on the side of the road in BC, and it's really fun to like go sit on them. But the thing is that it's really high, so it's kind of hard to get up there. So my friend, she always wanted to do this. She and her wife wanted to do it, but it was way too high, so they couldn't do it. Now, last year, my friend and I, we found one, but it was much shorter. It was like really low on the ground. So my friend and I, we pretended to sit on it. And my friend took a picture to make it look like we were sitting up on one of these, even though it was a low chair. So my friend showed this picture to her wife, and she said, "Shh, pretend that we were on the really big chair on the highway." So then I remember I was talking to her and her wife, my friend and her wife, about this time. And I was like, remember when we found that chair, like the short one, although we pretended it was tall? Then my friend was like, shh, no, don't tell her. My wife doesn't know. So I almost let the cat out of the bag. Sorry, that was probably not a very good example. That came out way more complicated than I thought. So yeah, if you can't think of an example, that's okay. If you can, that'd be awesome. In the next last final minute. All right. So it looks like we're actually out of time, unfortunately. Looks like you had some nice sentences, so thank you for contributing your idiom sentences. So we're going to take a 10-minute break, and then we're going to do our listening exercise. So we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. hope you had a nice break for that 10 minutes. All right, so you ready to get started for our next class? What we are going to do now is we're going to move on to listening. Okay, so our listening exercise is about trees. I didn't draw a tree picture. I should have, sorry, but yeah. So it sounds like a bit of a simple topic, but this listening exercise, the speaker does speak pretty quick, so you're gonna have to train your ears really well for this one. Okay, so before we start, we got some vocabulary. Now, I would like you guys to tell me, are there any words, any vocabulary on here that you do not understand? Any words you want me to go over in particular? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words. Tell me which words are new to you and we can go over them, okay? So just let me know. Alrighty. Let's draw a little fun tree here in the background. Woohoo! Okay, so I'm going to choose like just 1 or 2 words, but if you have any other words you want me to go over, let me know. So let's go over commodity, because I feel like that's going to be a new word for you guys. So what is a commodity? A commodity is something that is useful. It is similar to a product. So some examples of commodities could be, housing, water, food, electricity. So these are examples of commodities. So let's say, for example, let's say housing in Vancouver. So, your house with a yard. Housing in Vancouver is a commodity. So it is a commodity that many people cannot afford, unfortunately. Cannot afford. All right, so that's an example of commodity. I'll write that under here. Commodity. Okay, I think damp, disturb, munch is probably okay. So when you munch on something, you're chewing it lightly. So that's munch. So typically you munch on snacks or apples, chips. So it's like a casual way of eating. Okay, so that's munch. And what else is a good one? Let's do lumber. I feel like lumber could be a new word as well. Okay, so let's get rid of the commodity. All right, lumber. So lumber, this is wood from trees. Another way to say it is timber. So lumber especially we sell this. We often sell this for money. So lumber is a huge commodity. It's a huge product in British Columbia. So our economy is dependent on lumber. We sell a lot of lumber. All right, so this is, I think that's good enough. All right, so again, if there are any words in here you still want me to go over, just let me know, okay? But I think the rest of these are pretty basic, but again, just let me know. Alrighty, so let's move on to pre-listening discussion questions. Okay, so let's go to number 1. Do you think trees are important? Why or why not? Okay, so I'm gonna erase the board. Get rid of that. So, are trees important? Are trees important? And why or why not? What do you guys think? So, for example, I think trees are important. One reason I think that they are important is because I think they are aesthetically pleasing. So that means they are nice to look at. That's what aesthetically pleasing means. Nice to look at. So that's one reason why I think trees are important. What about you guys? Maybe you don't think trees are important. Maybe you think buildings are more important. But if you do think trees are important, what are some other reasons? There's a couple I can think of for sure. I think there's quite a few reasons if you think yes, that trees are important. So please type them out. Maybe we can get 2 more reasons down, perhaps. All right. Are trees important? Yay or nay? Yes or no? Remember, there's no right or wrong answer for this either. Well, not really. This is just your opinion, how important you think trees are. Okay, I'm going to prepare question number 2. But keep typing out your response here. All right, so question number 2. What do you think about recycling? What do you think about recycling? Recycling. Okay, I can spell, I swear. Do you think it actually helps? Does it help the environment? Okay, so, all right. So, what do you think about recycling? Does it actually help the environment? All right, so again, this is an opinion. No right, no wrong answer. These are just your thoughts. If you can think of something for trees, do that first, but I'm gonna talk about this a little bit in the meantime. So I think recycling is good. I do think recycling is important because if we just throw everything away in the trash, it's going to get super big and it's going to be a huge problem in terms of pollution. Remember the Great Pacific Garbage Patch in the ocean we talked about yesterday? If we don't do recycling, it's possible that could happen. That's how I feel. But I don't think recycling is the last solution to saving the planet. I think we need to do other things. We need to stop using so many products, I think. All right, so not seeing any responses for number 1 or for number 1. That's okay. Forgot to label that. Whoopsies. And right. Okay. No thoughts? No opinions? Maybe you guys don't like trees that much. Okay. So that's okay. If you don't have thoughts about number 1, that's all right. Maybe we can move on to the last question. All right, so the last question, it's going to involve a bit of creativity and guesswork. So number 3. All right, so basically, number 3 is saying that we're going to be listening to an essay by a young girl. So the name of her essay is called I Love Trees. So what do you think you are going to hear? What sort of information do you think the essay is going to tell you? All right. So I guess, yeah, the name is called I Love Trees. That's the name of the essay. So what do you think you are going to hear? What is she going to talk about? All right, so what is the girl going to talk about? To talk about. Okay. So obviously she's going to talk about trees, duh, but what else? Like, what kind of things about trees do you think she is going to talk about? What do you guys think? Any ideas? So let's see, I love trees. What else could? So she's going to talk about trees. Maybe, what kind of trees though? What kind of trees? Like, is she going to talk about apple trees? Is she going to talk about evergreen trees? Is she going to talk about Christmas trees? It could be about anything, hey? So yeah, I wonder what kind of tree is she going to be talking about? What else? So maybe, what are some other things? What else do you think she could talk about? So what about trees? I mean, she'll probably talk about the importance of trees. Actually, the question does say that. She's going to talk about the importance of trees. Importance of trees. The importance of trees. Okay. Still looking pretty quiet. Jian, do you have any ideas about what the girl in the essay might talk about? Like, she'll talk about trees, but what do you think she's going to say? What kind of information do you think she's going to give? And Alejandro, not sure if you're here today or not, but if you can, I'd like you to chime in too. Tell me what you think this is going to be about. Let me know. So let's see, I'll let you guys go ahead, think, type out your answers. Okay. Okie dokie. All right, not seeing much action. We got very quiet all of a sudden. What happened? We run out of energy? Do we need a coffee? I need a coffee. I should have got a coffee during the break. It's okay. We'll get through this together. All right. So I think what we're going to do is, before we do the listening, I'm just going to go over the comprehension questions so we know which information to look for. Okay. So let's get rid of number 2. Maybe you guys still are typing and I'm just moving too fast. Tell me if I'm moving too fast, okay? All right. So let's get rid of this. If you do have some answers for number 3 or number 2, you can definitely keep typing. All right, so comprehension. What do we understand? Okay. All right, so comprehension. All right, so first question. What does the girl do when painting trees? When painting trees. All right, so like I said, in this listening, this girl, she speaks fast. Like she's a pretty fast speaker, but it's gonna be good because you get to listen to the natural speaking speed of a native English speaker. So it's good practice. So what I would like you to do is listen carefully for this word here, paint. So, you know, paint, they're taking a brush and you're making pictures with colors. So this is a key word that I want you guys to watch out for, okay? This is where you will find your answer. And number 2, what does the young girl like about trees? What does the young girl like about trees? So here's the key word, like, about trees. So you're probably going to hear her say something along the lines of, I like trees, or I like how trees, blah, 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 blah. I like blah, 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 blah. I like. So she's going to say many different things, so listen carefully. All right, and number 3. What does the girl say about climbing? What does the girl say about climbing? Okay, so you guys know what climbing is, right? So it's when you go up. You can climb a mountain, you can climb a ladder, you can climb a tree. So keyword, climbing. Okay, so I think she kind of talks about 1 or 2 things here. Alrighty, so let's see, question number 4. Let's just do these 3 questions for now, and we'll do question number 4 and 5 later, okay? So, first, just listen to the whole essay 1 time, that's it. And then we're gonna listen to the first half and try to answer the questions. But for the first time, don't worry about writing the answers, just listen. The second time, I want you to try typing answers. Okie dokie? All right, so here we go. Listening exercise is gonna start in 3, 2, 1.
I love trees. I love trees because they are an important commodity to the environment. They make life possible on this planet, along with other plants. I also love the trees' glorious display of colors in the fall. I love trees because they have many different shades of green. So many that it's almost impossible to count. When I paint a picture of a tree, I use many shades of green and many more shades of brown. My favorite thing about trees is that they always seem to have a glow around them. I love trees because they always smell so fresh and clean. I like to go to the nursery because I love the smell of trees. It's so refreshing. It's a glass of cool water on a hot day, or a damp cloth on a hot forehead. I love to plant trees. I love to dig through the soil and make a hole in which the tree will rest. I love to place the tree in the ground, making sure not to disturb the roots, which will be the tree's support. I love to water the trees. I love to pour the water on the trees, knowing that it would grow. One of my favorite things about trees is that they are fun to climb. I started climbing trees when I was little. My dad taught me how to climb, along with some useful tips. I especially like to climb my grandpa's apple tree. I love to wind through the branches and climb to a board that has been placed there. Once up, I like to think and relax, or bring a book up with me. It's fun to let my imagination run away with me while munching apples. I love trees in the autumn when they display their beautiful colors. In the autumn time, splashes of red, yellow, orange, and green decorate the mountainside. The maples go red, the oak and aspen go yellow, while the evergreens maintain their beautiful shade of green. Trees make life possible because they use the carbon dioxide and release oxygen, which makes it so that we can breathe. If we exterminate trees, the effects could be fatal. There may be global warming, lack of oxygen, and we would definitely not have any lumber or paper. Trees are very important to the environment. The beauty of trees make me feel peaceful and inspire me to make the best of myself.
All right. I am so sorry, guys. I just saw your comments are showing up now. I'm really sorry. I don't know what happened. Okay. So my apologies. I see that we have a word that I was supposed to explain earlier. Exterminate. Okay. Exterminate. So let's do that first. Okay. So I'll get through your comments and then we're going to do the listening and comprehension again, okay? All right. So to exterminate, that means to destroy or to kill. So for example, if you have a lot of cockroaches in your house, you do not want these in your house. So you are going to exterminate them. All right. So okay, that's too tiny. Does that explain exterminate okay? All right. So actually, maybe I'll give an example sentence just to clear it up. Okay, so let's get rid of this. If there are cockroaches in your house, you should exterminate them. So you should kill them. You should get rid of them. All right. So, and to both Jiyun and Alejandro, I see that you did answer my pre-reading questions. Thank you. So I noticed Jiyun, you said trees give fresh air. So yes, they are important. Absolutely. Good. Alejandro, you said recycling is a good way to give retribution to the earth for everything that it gives us. Okay. So that's a good point, Alejandro. The earth gives us so much. So we should give back. We should help the earth. So yeah, recycling is one good way to do that. Not the only way, but one good way. Okay. So Alejandro, you said the girl was talking about the importance of disposing your garbage. Good guess. But in the listening, do you think she was talking about disposing garbage? I didn't hear anything about garbage in the reading, but good guess, thank you. All right, and Jian said, trees are important to give fresh air. Good, yeah, absolutely. And she did talk about that in the listening. She said, yeah, trees give fresh air. All right. All right, so I think that's all the comments caught up. Really sorry again, guys. Let me know if I missed anything. If there's any more vocabulary you want me to go over, just type it in now because I'm not sure if I'm seeing everything. Sorry, the girl yesterday. Oh, yes, Alejandro. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I know it's kind of confusing because yesterday we were talking about compost and today we're talking about trees, but the pre-listening question was asking about recycling. So don't worry if you got confused. Totally fine. Okay, guys. So now, we listened once. It was really fast. So these are the 3 questions I want you guys to try and answer, okay? So Remember, she's going to talk about painting, like she paints pictures. Here, I'll give you a hint. She kind of talks about colors. And what does the young girl like about trees? Now, sometimes she might say the word love instead. All right, so like, love. So there's many answers for this. Okay, and climbing. Okay, so we're gonna listen to this again. See if you can type out the answers, okay? All right, so here we go. In 3, 2, 1, begin.
I love trees. I love trees because they are an important commodity to the environment. They make life possible on this planet, along with other plants. I also love the trees' glorious display of colors in the fall. I love trees because they have many different shades of green. So many that it's almost impossible to count. When I paint a picture of a tree, I use many shades of green and many more shades of brown. My favorite thing about trees is that they always seem to have a glow around them. I love trees because they always smell so fresh and clean. I like to go to the nursery because I love the smell of trees. It's so refreshing. It's a glass of cool water on a hot day, or a damp cloth on a hot forehead. I love to plant trees. I love to dig through the soil and make a hole in which the tree will rest. I love to place the tree in the ground, making sure not to disturb the roots, which will be the tree's support. I love to water the trees. I love to pour the water on the trees, knowing that it would grow. One of my favorite things about trees is that they are fun to climb. I started climbing trees when I was little. My dad taught me how to climb, along with some useful tips. I especially like to climb my grandpa's apple tree. I love to wind through the branches and climb to a board that has been placed there. Once up, I like to think and relax, or bring a book up with me. It's fun to let my imagination run away with me while munching apples.
All right, so those are our first 3 questions. I think we should answer these first before we complete the rest of the listening exercise. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got. Oh, Alejandro, you got number 2. Yeah, so she likes how they have fresh, clean air. So yeah, she likes that they give fresh and clean air. Excellent. Fresh and clean air. Definitely, that's one thing. Is there anything else? Anything else you guys caught for number 2? I think she talks about many things. We don't have to cover them all, but a couple of them might be nice. Okay. And what else? Let's see. Did you guys get number 1? It went by pretty quickly. So she said, like, when I paint a picture of a tree, did you guys catch what she said? Maybe not. Okay. And this part is kind of long. So again, maybe we could just write 2 things about, oh, good. Okay, thank you, Jian. Yeah. So she uses many shades of green and many more shades of brown. Yeah. She uses many shades of, okay, you know what? Sorry, I'm going to change the color because it's kind of confusing. Okay. She uses many shades of green and brown. I'm just going to say green and brown, but yes, you are correct, Ji-eun. She uses many shades of green and many more shades of brown. Good. All right. Nice. So that's number 1. Did you guys catch anything else for number 2 or for number 3? Don't worry if you didn't. We're going to listen one more time and let's see if you guys can catch some more things for number 2 and number 3. Okay? So here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
I love trees. I love trees because they are an important commodity to the environment. They make life possible on this planet, along with other plants. I also love the trees' glorious display of colors in the fall. I love trees because they have many different shades of green. So many that it's almost impossible to count. When I paint a picture of a tree, I use many shades of green and many more shades of brown. My favorite thing about trees is that they always seem to have a glow around them. I love trees because they always smell so fresh and clean. I like to go to the nursery because I love the smell of trees. It's so refreshing. It's a glass of cool water on a hot day, or a damp cloth on a hot forehead. I love to plant trees. I love to dig through the soil and make a hole in which the tree will rest. I love to place the tree in the ground, making sure not to disturb the roots, which will be the tree's support. I love to water the trees. I love to pour the water on the trees, knowing that it would grow. One of my favorite things about trees is that they are fun to climb. I started climbing trees when I was little. My dad taught me how to climb, along with some useful tips. I especially like to climb my grandpa's apple tree. I love to wind through the branches and climb to a board that has been placed there. Once up, I like to think and relax, or bring a book up with me. It's fun to let my imagination run away with me while munching apples.
Okay. All right, so that's the last time we're going to listen to the first half. So let's see if we got any more answers for number 2 and number 3. So again, she says a lot of things. So like maybe one more thing for number 2, and maybe we could have 2 answers for number 3. That would be good. So what did you guys get? What sort of answers did you get here? Just going to get rid of number 1. Okay. Now we have some more space. What do you guys think? So, yes. So the trees give fresh and clean air, and I think she mentioned one more thing. It's like, refers to this. You use your nose. Any ideas? For number 3, this was a long one. She said, one of my favorite things about trees is that they are fun to climb. What else does she say about this? All right, I hope the comments are still, oh, okay, yes, they're still popping up. Good, I hope. All right. Any ideas? Looking quiet again. Okay, I'm just going to check something quickly. I'm a little worried how quiet it is. Okay. Okay, yes. All right. All right, so don't see any responses. Okay. So one thing she said she liked about trees is the smell. Yes. Oh, Alejandro, good. Yeah. She likes to rest, relax, and read a book up in the trees. And yes, she does speak really fast. I totally agree with you. She speaks pretty fast. Even for a native speaker, she speaks a little bit too fast sometimes. But children, like young children, the thing is, English-speaking children, they tend to speak really quickly, too quickly sometimes. So it's very good practice in case you ever have to talk to a Canadian kid. But if a Canadian kid speaks too fast, you can always ask them to slow down. But yeah, I do agree. She speaks very fast. So don't worry if you didn't get everything. But yes, absolutely. Yeah, she likes to rest. So she likes to rest, relax, and read a book. Read a book. So yeah, that's great. That's one piece of information. That's totally fine. If you didn't get the other piece of information, that's no problem. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I think one more thing she likes to do, she mentioned, she said, I like to climb my, okay, let's see. I'm just going to put number 3 up here. She likes to climb her something tree. Okay, so I'm going to read this paragraph out and let's see if you can get the information here. Okay. One of my favorite things about trees is that they are fun to climb. I started climbing trees when I was very little. My dad taught me how to climb along with some useful tips. I especially like to climb my grandpa's apple tree. I love to wind through the branches and climb to a board that has been placed there. Once up, I like to think and relax or bring a book up with me. Okay, so did you guys get this? So she likes to climb her something tree. There's one special tree that she likes to climb. Yeah, Grandpa's apple tree. Thank you, Ji-Yun. So yeah, she especially she likes to climb up her grandpa's apple tree. Nice, good stuff. Okay, so basically what she's saying is she likes to climb up. So here's the apple tree. There's a lot of branches. And she likes to weave around the branches. So she's kind of going up, just going around the tree. All right, good stuff, guys. So again, don't be too intimidated by how fast she speaks. Totally fine. I think you guys got some good answers here. Now, we're going to do question 4 and question 5. Let's get rid of this. Okay. Number 4 is, how do trees make life possible? How do trees make life possible? So basically, why are trees important for life is the question. So listen for these key words. They make life possible. These are the 3 key words that I want you to listen for. And oh boy, okay, the last one, this is a long question. It's a bit of a doozy. So, how does the beauty of trees make the girl feel? Make the girl feel. Okay, so in her closing statement, so at the very end of the reading, she says something about the beauty of trees. She will say, the beauty of trees makes me feel, okay. So she's going to say something like, the beauty of trees makes me feel, She's going to say kind of a long sentence, so listen closely if you can. Okay. And she's going to say, trees make life possible because... Okay. Hopefully this makes it a little bit easier for you guys to get the answers because, again, I know she's such a Speedy Gonzalez of a speaker. All right, so here we go. Let's do this. You ready? So we're going to do questions 4 and 5 in 3, 2, 1.
I love trees in the autumn when they display their beautiful colors. In the autumn time, splashes of red, yellow, orange, and green decorate the mountainside. The maples go red, the oak and aspen go yellow, while the evergreens maintain their beautiful shade of green. Trees make life possible because they use the carbon dioxide and release oxygen, which makes it so that we can breathe. If we exterminate trees, the effects could be fatal. There may be global warming, lack of oxygen, and we would definitely not have any lumber or paper. Trees are very important to the environment. The beauty of trees make me feel peaceful and inspire me to make the best of myself.
All right, guys, did you get any of that? So, if you can, type out your answers for number 4 and number 5. If you weren't able to get it, that's okay. We can do it one last time after if we need to. Let's see what you guys get though. Just want to check.
That has been placed there. Once up, I like to think and relax.
I'm just resetting it. Don't mind this.
Let my imagination run away with me while munching apples.
Okay. So let's see how you guys did. Again, don't worry if you couldn't get all the answers. Trees make life possible because okay. All right. Trees make life possible because they what do they do? What do these trees do? All right, so I'm gonna play, let's play it one last final time, just so you can fill in these blanks. So here we go. We're gonna start question 4 and then question 5. So here we go, 3, 2, 1.
I love trees in the autumn when they display their beautiful colors. In the autumn time, splashes of red, yellow, orange, and green decorate the mountainside. The maples go red, the oak and aspen go yellow, while the evergreens maintain their beautiful shade of green. Trees make life possible because they use the carbon dioxide and release oxygen, which makes it so that we can breathe. If we exterminate trees, the effects could be fatal. There may be global warming, lack of oxygen, and we would definitely not have any lumber or paper. Trees are very important to the environment. The beauty of trees make me feel peaceful and inspire me to make the best of myself.
Okay, that's it. Let's see what you guys got. All right, so technically she said, they make me feel, oh, this is one of the words that we used in our song yesterday. They make me feel something, and they or maybe I don't need and. Me too. See if you guys got an idea. Oh, looking very quiet. Uh-oh. No ideas? How do trees make life possible? Let's see. They use the, so there's something here. We'll start doing blanks. They use the something. And which makes it so we can something. Very important verb. Be They use the C, D. All right. No ideas? All right. All right, so what I'll do is I'll read out this paragraph and let's see if we can do this. Okay, so trees make life possible because they use the carbon dioxide and release oxygen, which makes it so that we can breathe. All right, so what did I say there, guys? What was the answer? And how does the beauty of trees make the girl feel? The beauty of trees makes me feel peaceful and inspires me to make the best of myself. Okay, hopefully you guys got it. Let's see. I know it's a bit of a tricky listening exercise, but no ideas? Okay, so the answer here was they use the carbon dioxide and release oxygen. So that was the answer I was hoping for. So they use the carbon dioxide and release oxygen so that we can breathe better. Okay, and now I see. I'm so sorry once again. Something happened with the chat. Yeah, I'm sorry that the messages are showing up late, guys. I'm not sure what's happening. But yes, Ji-un, thank you. Yep, they use carbon dioxide and release oxygen. So Ji-un, good job, thank you. And Alejandro, yes, you said peaceful. They make me feel peaceful. Very good. They make me feel peaceful and inspire me. They inspire me to make the best. Make the best for myself, or make the best of myself. All right. So thank you so much, guys, for commenting. You did very well with this exercise, considering how fast the girl speaks. And again, I'm sorry that the messages are showing up really late. I'm not sure what's happening, but hopefully we can get this fixed up by our next class. Okay, so for the end of this exercise, let's quickly do discussion. All right, so discussion questions. Okay. Let's do question number 1 here. It should be on the other page. What environmental problems do you believe pose a great threat to humanity and the earth? So what do you think is the biggest environmental problem exactly? So what are some really big environmental problems? For example, yesterday we talked about pollution, garbage. So what do you think are some really bad environmental problems? Let me know what you think is really bad. Okay, what is... I'm trying to think, what are some very bad environmental problems? Get rid of this, get rid of that. All right, and so what are, let's see, what are some big environmental problems? Environmental problems. So for example, pollution, that is an obvious one. Tell me if there are any other really big ones that you think are a big problem. All right, and it looks like we are coming too close to the end of our class though. So feel free to keep typing out your answers for any of these discussions. We'll try to finish up discussion in our next class. but we're also going to do a reading for the next class. All right, guys, so have a 10-minute break, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for your participation. Bye-bye. Welcome back. All right, so my apologies again about the technical difficulties we're having with the comments section. So what we've decided to do is that every 5 minutes, I'm gonna go up here like this and refresh the page. And when I refresh the page, it will sometimes take me about like a couple minutes, but then your new comments are going to pop up and I'll be able to respond to them. So it might take me a little longer than usual to respond to your comments, and I apologize for that. So yeah, just every 5 minutes, I'm gonna do that and try to get through all the comments. And yeah, hopefully that'll work out. Sorry if it's a little bit awkward in advance. Okay, so here I go again. Don't mind me just fiddling around down here. Live chat, okay. And, all right, so, you'll have to forgive me, guys, if I'm a little bit, all right. Okay, we got this thing covered. Sweet, so, just reading back on the comments now, it looks like Alejandro was talking about our discussion that we have about the tree essay. So I asked you guys, what are some of the biggest environmental problems we're facing today? And Alejandro, you made a good point about the cattle industry. Yeah, absolutely. The cattle industry can be a huge problem. So what happens is, you know, when you have a forest full of a lot of trees, and you know, lots of animals live here, and of course, trees give off oxygen, which is great. And yeah, Jiun mentioned development that destroys nature. That's another really good thing. So these trees, yeah, thank you. I'm gonna touch on both of your points right now. When we want to make development, whether it's for a city or a farmland, so let's say over here, for example, we cut down the trees and we make a housing development. So those are some of the trees gone. We're not getting as much oxygen. And let's say over here, we want to make a farm for the cattle industry. Cut down some more trees. Here's a farm for cows. Now, the other thing is that cows need a lot of water. So these cows are taking up all the water and there's no trees going, so we don't have any oxygen. Cows, they fart a lot too, and that's really bad for our atmosphere. So you're right, Alejandro, the cattle industry is really bad for the environment. And Gian, yes, development destroys nature. So yeah, and development can include making cattle farms. So thank you so much for bringing those 2 points up. They are huge environmental problems. Great, okay. So with that, I think it's time to move on. And we're gonna go to our all too familiar Guardian article. Okay, so here, the article is called The Solar Powered Town. All right, so what is a solar power town? Essentially, solar power often looks something like this. So you get these kind of black looking tiles, and sometimes they're just standing alone like this. And what happens is when the sun shines, it gives energy. So this gives off energy, and as a result, it can power homes, which is pretty good. So yeah, solar powered towns. This, like, solar energy is becoming really popular these days. It's a very good, clean form of energy. You can put these outside your house. You could put them on your roof, on top of your house. Like, you can put these anywhere. Some cars might even be solar powered in the future. So today we're going to be looking at a town that only uses solar power. Pretty cool, hey? Okay, so let's take a look. Let's do the warmer. All right, so for the warmer, number 1, here it says all of these things can be potentially bad for the environment. So let's get rid of this. So we have 6 things. We have air conditioning and heating. And we have cars. We have power stations. So basically power plants. We have intensive farming, like cattle farming, for example. Intensive farming. Air travel, flying in an airplane, and oil exploration. So you're drilling for oil. So all of these things are pretty bad for the environment, but which is the worst and which is not so bad? What do you think? So I want you guys to order these from like worst to best. So I'll show you how to do that. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay, here we go. So maybe Jiun, you could be on this side, and Alejandro, you could be on this side. So, and here's me, for example. Just an example. So maybe, for example, let's think, okay, what's the number 1 worst thing? Okay, I think cars are really bad. So I'm gonna put number 1 next to cars. What's the second worst? I don't know, maybe power stations are pretty bad too. And what's the third worst? Ooh, I don't know. Oil exploration. Now, there's no right or wrong answer. So just order these things from what you think is the worst to not as bad. So 1 equals the worst for the environment, And then 6 is the least. So like the least damaging. So maybe not as bad. Okay? So go ahead, guys. You can start in 3, 2, 1, begin. So I'm going to let you type that out. And I'm going to hit the refresh button in just a few seconds to check your answers. Okie dokie. It is another hot one in here today, and I don't know why. And I'm going to get rid of my answers because that was just for an example. Okay, let's get rid of these words over here because we don't need them anymore. Okay. And don't need that. Okay, oil exploration. Let me just make that look a little bit neater. All right, and once again, Jiun, you're on the left side. Alejandro, you're on the right side. Sorry, Jiun, Alejandro. Jiun, Alejandro. And oil exploration. Okie dokie. So let's see. So I got those all typed out. I'm going to hit refresh. See if we got some answers. Pardon me looking all funny over here. Messing with the computer. See if that works. Okay, and there we go. I'm curious what you guys are going to put for your answers. I wonder what you guys think is the worst. I wonder if you have similar answers or very different answers. Okay. Come on, computer. Work with me. There we go. Okay. Okay, we got an answer from Jiun. Okay, so Jiun says number 1 is cars. I could perhaps agree with you there. Number 2 is power stations. And the third worst you're saying is oil exploration. And then 4th is air conditioning and heating. 5 is intensive farming. And 6 is air travel. Interesting. Oh, okay, that's some nice answers. Right on, good. Okay, Yeah, I think I can agree with you. Cars are pretty bad. We are obsessed with cars here in North America. So this is a very big problem. Power stations, yeah, I think they can be pretty bad too. And oil exploration, this is a big problem in Canada, actually. Many people are against this, but many people also want this. So it's a bit of a polarizing, confusing situation. And next, air conditioning and heating. Oh, I love my air conditioning and heating. I want to put this as least important, but it's pretty bad, so that's fine. I think we all have different opinions. Cool, all right. All right, I'm going to refresh one more time. Let's see if Alejandro's got his responses in. If not, don't worry. Oof. All right, so I'm going to get rid of this down here. Okay. Okay, and let's see. Let's see if we got an answer from Alejandro. And live chat. Okay. All right, I'm not seeing an answer from Alejandro yet, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay. Come on. Sorry, this computer's being kind of wonky on me. Okay. Okay. There we go. We got an answer from Alejandro. Woohoo! Thank you. Okay. 4, 2. Okay, I'm trying to read these numbers. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you're thinking intensive farming. Hopefully I got this correct. Number 6, oil exploration. Number 2, I kind of agree with you, Alejandro. I think the intensive farming is a pretty big deal. It's a pretty bad problem. And all right, 6 is number 2. 3 is number 3. Power stations, number 3. And 4, 6. Sorry, I'm trying to like match up the numbers. 5 is number 4. And 1 is number 5. Okay, so then I guess air conditioning is the lowest one for you, you're thinking perhaps? Yes, okay, I'm glad I got your numbers right. Sweet. Okay, so it's interesting. Yeah, you two definitely have, you don't agree on any of them. They're all different, and that's totally okay. It's cool to see the difference in opinions about what people think is really bad and what others think might not be so bad. Great, thank you guys. Okie dokie. So with that, we are going to move on to keywords. So I think you know how this works. We have 6 words up here, and you have to try to put them in the right blank. All right. So I'm going to erase the board, set up our keywords. Okay. So let's see, what do we have? We got property. We have sustainable. We've got development. We also have infrastructure. Excuse me, oh my. Infrastructure. Landscaping. And solar. Solar. All right, so these are our 6 words. Okay, so number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. Okay, so let's see if you guys can guess these. Maybe you don't have to read the story to understand some of these. Now, let's see if you guys can fill in the blanks, but if you need to, you can find some of these words in paragraph 1. So first three are in paragraph 1. All right, so let's read paragraph 1 together. All right, so here we go. Paragraph 1. The solar-powered town, a dream for the environment or a wildlife nightmare? Babcock Ranch is a new town opening in early 2017. It will be the world's first solar-powered development of solar power town. The man behind the project is Sid Kitson, a property developer who hopes it will become Florida's model for a sustainable living. Okay, so all these three are in paragraph 1. We got property, solar, and sustainable. Okay, so question number 1. Blank energy is powered by the sun. Something is land and buildings on it. And number 3, blank development uses methods that do not harm the environment. So please type in the answers for these 3. All right, I'm just going to refresh the page. Let's see if any comments pop up or not. Okay. And let's see. This is paragraph 2. Para 2. And oof. Sniffly today, sorry. Scroll down. And Jiyoon says solar. Very good. Number 1 is solar. Thank you, Jiyoon. Okay, so solar. That's it. We got that one out of the way. What else? So, just trying to, sorry, I know it's awkward that I'm kind of bending over like this. I just want to make sure that we're seeing it. Okay, sweet. So keep bringing in your lesson. Okay, here we go. Come on, Mel, you can do this. There we go. All right, hopefully everything is okay for now. Okay, so I'm gonna set up number 4, number 5, and number 6. All right, so a blank is a group of buildings that have been built together. A group of buildings. And number 5, blank is the set of systems within a place that affect how well it operates or works. For example, telephone and transport systems. And number 6, blank is the activity of making an area of land more attractive by adding trees, plants, and other special features. And yes, Jiyoon, number 2 is property. Good. And number 3 is sustainable. Perfect. Very good. Well done. All right, sustainable, done. Property, done. Bam, bam, bam. We're getting through this. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3 words left. So because we're not going to have time to do the whole reading and all this, what I'm going to keep doing is I'm just going to keep reading through the story, explaining it, and then we're going to do this. So we're going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Remember that? So we're going to do vocabulary, and I'm going to read and explain the story at the same time. Okay, so basically what we have here is Babcock Ranch. So this is going to be a new town in Florida, USA. Okay, here is my awful, gross looking town. So, and it is going to open in 2017. Woohoo! Okay, So this is going to be a great place for sustainable living. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to read paragraph 2 and paragraph 3. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Next to a 65,000-acre wildlife management area, Babcock Ranch is just 20 minutes east of the center of Fort Myers. All right, so here we have a wildlife area, wildlife management area. So here there is lots of deer, trees, animals, and it's not too far from another city. So Kitson, the guy who's making this town, he bought this estate, he bought the land for more than 500 million. Woo! So he bought this place for 500 million in 2006. He sold 73 acres to the state and allowed 18,000 acres for development and 9,000 acres for parkland. Okay, so he bought this whole area for 5 million. Yes, 500 million. And so it includes this area and the town area. When it is finished, Babcock Ranch will have 19,500 homes and a town center, including commercial space and infrastructure, including a 75 megawatt solar facility. Oh, wow, they're going to have a solar facility that will generate electricity for the whole town. Self-driving cars, natural plants for landscaping. Very nice, beautiful sounding town. Community and kitchen gardens. So they're going to have lots of beautiful gardens here. Cool. And a network of lakes and waterways designed to reduce the development's environmental impact. So there's going to be lots of water as well. So this is going to be quite a beautiful looking place. And it's going to run entirely off of solar electricity. Cool, hey? Do you want to live here? Okay, so let's see if you guys can fill in number 4, number 5, and number 6. So question 4. A blank is a group of buildings that have been built together on an area of land. Number 5. Blank is the set of systems within a place that affect how well it operates. For example, the telephone, electricity, transport systems. And number 6, blank is the activity of making an area more attractive by planting trees, plants, and other special features. Okay, so I'm gonna refresh. Let's see if any answers have come in for the vocabulary. And hopefully we got some nice answers. My drawing is super messy. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little bit too crazy with that. I'll try to make my drawing a bit more neat. This doesn't look like a nice place to live the way I drew. It looks like a tornado hit the village. It's supposed to be a nice, clean town, I promise. I'm just not making it look that nice and clean. All right, let's see if we got any answers. No, not yet. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So I'm gonna leave these open, but I'm also gonna move on to oh, never mind. Jiyun says number 5 is infrastructure. You got it. Infrastructure. That's good. So yeah, a town. Let's see, for example, Vancouver has very good infrastructure. We got a nice transport system. All right, so yeah, keep bringing in your answers if you can. I don't know if they're gonna pop up, but I will refresh the page again. Oh, and Alejandro chimes in with development. And yes, landscaping is the last one. Landscaping. Good. All right, so number 4 is actually supposed to be development, but good try, Alejandro. So a development. So basically a development is an area where people live. That is what a development is. Good job, guys. Nice. Okay, how are you doing? Are you guys understanding the story so far? Are my pictures helping? I hope my pictures are helping. I know they don't look very good, but sometimes they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. So I hope the pictures are helping explain what's going on. Alrighty, so let's move on to the next 6 words. Okay, so what do we have? Species. I think you guys know this one. And indigenous. Indigenous. Next is preservation. This is a noun. Endangered. I hope you guys know this one because that's what your assignment was on. I marked your assignments yesterday, by the way. Very nice, both of you. Thank you for your submissions. I enjoyed reading about the Andean condor and the Asiatic black bear. Panther, so that's an animal, and habitat. This is another word I think you might understand. Okay, so let's write number 7. So blank is the process of working to protect the environment so that is not damaged or destroyed. So this is going to be in paragraph 4. Number 8. And blank species is one that belongs to a particular region because it developed there, it grew there. Number 9. Blank is a plant or animal group. Plant or animal group. This is, paragraph 7, paragraph 7, 10. And animals, blank. This is paragraph 8. 11, we have blank is a large cat. Okay, this is paragraph 8 as well. And I'm gonna write down number 12 later because we're running out of space. Okay, so I'm going to erase this because this looks disgusting. This is an awful looking town that I've drawn. I'm gonna try it again. So I'll redraw it later. Okay, so back to the story. We are going to go to paragraph 4. Okay, so before that, what were we talking about? Let's see. So we have this huge, amazing town called Babcock Ranch. Let's see, it's got like a big solar power facility. It's got like a lot of nice homes with beautiful trees. And it's all run on solar energy. It's got beautiful lakes. There's like some wildlife. Put a bunny rabbit here. So, and there's gonna be community places too. Like you can get coffee here. So, and you're gonna get rivers. There's gonna be lots of nice gardens and landscaping. So it's gonna be a cool place to live. Okay, so now we're going to paragraph 4. I want to prove that development and preservation can work together. We can protect wildlife and we can develop communities, says Kitson. Other new developments are careless with energy consumption and the environment. But we have thought about energy, technology, transportation. We have a responsibility to prove it can be done differently. We can be good about this. But can it? The population of Florida is expected to increase by 6 million. Wow. So by 2030, Florida's population will increase by 6 million. Many of the state's natural resources, like water, is under pressure from rising sea levels and overuse of water. Babcock Ranch is 20 feet above sea level and built on land that has been disturbed by mining. All right, so here's sea level, and Babcock Ranch is 20 feet above sea level. Okay. Houses in Babcock Ranch will be smaller than normal with no dining rooms. Kitson says that surveys show people want to be part of something that is sustainable and want to know that they're going to live is not harmful to the environment. They want to help it. He says he wants to create a sustainable community that works as a complete community, so everyone can garden together and share things. But how much of that is possible? The 10-year delay in starting the development has been good for indigenous species. So this hasn't opened yet. This is not here yet. So this has been good for indigenous species. Kitson's environmental projects include a garden around the solar field to attract bees and beetles to help the environment. The Babcock plans include landscaping that can be beautiful but not thirsty. In addition, using a network of driverless cars will help reduce car ownership. Okay, so he's hoping to get some plants that are going to have some bees and they won't take up too much water. And he hopes that there's going to be driverless cars. But this hasn't been built yet. It's still in plan. In the meantime, more animals have been living here, and that's good. Lots of native species. Okay, guys, so please fill in the blanks for number 7, number 8, and number 9. So paragraph 4 has one of these words. Paragraph 7 has 2 of these words. So good luck. Which 2 words pop up in number 7? Let's take a look. Indigenous, and I believe, what else? Species. That was another one that popped up in number 7. So here are the 2 for number 7. I'm not going to tell you what's in paragraph 4 because there's only one word, so I don't want to give it away. All right, so now I think it's time for me to refresh the page once again. Let's see if we got any answers. All righty. Come on, page. Load away. Okay. And here we are. Let's see if the comments show up. And we'll go from this option to that option. There we are. And so what do we get for number 7, guys? Number 7. Come on. Okay, there we go. I think we got it. So, number 7 is preservation. Good. Nice. Preservation. So yeah, that's right. Preservation is the process of working to protect the environment. So that's preservation. All right, I feel like this is not quite loading up as well as I hoped. Oh, there we go. Okay. Thank you, Alejandro. I see number 7, you got preservation. And number 8. Number 8 is indigenous. Yes, Alejandro, very good. Good try, Gian. Indigenous. So an indigenous species is one that is native to the area. For example, beavers are indigenous to Canada. They occur naturally in Vancouver. Tigers are not indigenous to Canada. Okay, and number 9 is habitat. Very good, Alejandro. Thank you. Habitat. All right, so that takes care of 3 words. Oh, wait, hold on. Actually, I don't think it's habitat. I'm sorry, Alejandro. My bad. I'm really sorry. Good try, very good try. So the answer I was looking for was actually species. Species was what I was looking for. Good try though. So a species is a plant or animal group whose members all live in the same area, have all the same features. So for example, there are many bear species in the world. One bear species is the Asiatic black bear. Another bear species is the grizzly bear. The grizzly bear is indigenous to Canada, while the Asiatic black bear is indigenous to countries like Korea or Southeast Asia. Okay, so thank you guys, good stuff. We are going to do number 10, 11, and 12. So I'm going to get rid of these. Whoop. Okay, number 12. Okay, we're getting through this. We're going to make it. And something species is a type of animal that may soon become extinct. They might disappear. They are going to maybe die, which is sad. Okay. All right, so moving on to paragraph 8. All right, so moving on. So we got this cool town not built yet. But the development of land in Southwest Florida is controversial. Controversial, that means many people, some people like it, some people hate it. There's a lot of discussion going on. Babcock lies close to one of the last habitats of Florida's panthers. Oh, okay. So here we have Florida panthers. This is a very bad picture. So wildlife groups say that the Babcock development might stop the cat from moving between 2 areas of land large enough to support a population. So maybe there is some more panther land over here. But if this place is built, the panther can't go over there anymore. So maybe there won't be a good population. The Florida panther is an endangered species, and this development is locking them into a small area, says Matthew Schwartz of the South Florida Wildlands Association. Schwartz says the town of Babcock Ranch is in the middle of a possible expansion area. It's tragic, not only for the panther, but for a whole range of species. So maybe there's like other rare species of birds or, I don't know, rabbits, and they won't have enough land to live here. This area would be too small for them. They say they're only using the land that was already disturbed, but other private lands nearby, these will also be developed outside once people start moving into Babcock Ranch. So more housing's just going to go up in these areas nearby. People will want cinemas and shopping centers. Oh dear. So it looks like these animals could be in trouble due to development. When Babcock Ranch opens to the public in early 2017, people will say it is a new model town, but it is still uncertain whether it can be a model for a more sustainable future. It's an experiment, says Kitson. I've spent half of my life hiking, camping, and being a part of nature. A lot more people are thinking about how they're living and how they're affecting their environment. We have a unique opportunity to create a new kind of place. If we can get it right, we think it's going to set a standard. So if we can make this place successful, if it can be sustainable, if it can protect wildlife, many communities around the world might become like this. So this could be a good thing. All right, so number 10, number 11, number 12. I would like you guys to try and answer those questions. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the panther and part of the town because it's too insane over here. Okay. So I'm going to refresh and let's see if you guys got some answers down. So number 10, an animal's blank is a type of place where it usually lives. For example, a desert, a forest, or a lake. So that was in paragraph 8. And number 11, also in paragraph 8. A blank is a large cat like a leopard with pale brown or black fur. Okay. So let's see if you guys got an answer for any of these. Let's see what we got. Come on. Okay, there we go. And Alejandro and Ji-un, you both said habitat. An animal's habitat. And a panther. A panther is a large cat. An endangered species is one that is going to die soon. Okay, good. Nice job. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so we're gonna move on to, we'll try to do comprehension check for number 4. First, I want to ask you a question. What do you think of this community, Babcock Ranch? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you want to live here? Would you like to live here? Why or why not? Now, there's no right or wrong answer. This is just your opinion. After reading this article, what are your thoughts on this place? Would you like to live here? Let me know if you would or not and why. Okay, so while you type out your answers, I'm just going to set up comprehension, but let me know what you think of the Grand Babcock Ranch. I think I might like to live there. It looks like a nice idea. I like the idea of driverless cars. Solar power sounds good. Lots of landscaping. But I am worried about the Florida panther thing. That is a concern. Okay, so comprehension. Number 4. Let's see. Number 1, and number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. All right, so number 1. So I'm going to refresh the comments in just a few moments and look at what you think about this whole area. But let's start doing comprehension as well. So you're going to match the phrase with the correct sentence. So number 1, Sid Kitson. So he's the guy who wants to build this place. So Sid Kitson hopes that, and here you have 6 letters on the left. Try to match up the appropriate phrases. And number 2, he believes that. So Sid Kitson believes that, ... Rising sea levels. Rising sea levels And overuse of water, a network of driverless cars, something I want. Network of driverless cars, Okay, I'm gonna refresh the chat and see if anything new has popped up. And number 5, wildlife groups are worried. Wildlife groups are worried that ... Okay, and I'm just gonna write in the letters whenever you guys give me the answers. Okay, so now let's arrange the chat. Let's see if we got any answers. Here we go. Oopsies, too far. Hey, okay. And it is live chat for sure. Okay, don't see anything yet, but that's fine, that's fine. Okay, so if you don't really have any opinions on Babcock Ranch, that's no problem. But I would like you guys to try and do the comprehension if you can. Let's see. I can put paragraph numbers if you like. All right, so let's see. Paragraph. Sid Kitson hopes that Babcock Ranch. I'm just going to rip this off like a monster. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be in, oh, okay, no, we got an answer. So let's see. Alejandro, what did you say? He hopes it'll be a good experiment, but exclusive to wealthy people. Oh, sorry, Alejandro, you were talking about your opinion on this. My bad. Okay, yeah, no, that's a good opinion, Alejandro. Yeah, very good experiment. But yeah, you're probably right. Probably only rich people can live in Babcock Ranch. That's a good point. So that's not really fair on people who don't have much money. They deserve to live in nice places too, right? So yeah, good thought there. Thank you for your thoughts, Alejandro. Alrighty, so this is going to be in paragraph 1. And let's see. Paragraph. Let me take a look. Sorry for the awkward pausing, guys. All right. Maybe I shouldn't have ripped it. I may have messed this up. Okay. Things can be done differently. All right, so this is going to be in paragraph 4. All right, and this is going to be in paragraph 5. All right, and let's see. Where else? What else? Okie dokie. Okay, I'll try refreshing again. Let's see if any new answers have come up or not. I don't think we'll have enough time to finish the comprehension, unfortunately. But we can try. We can try. Okay. Let's take a look. Network of driverless cars. All right. So I think this will be number 7, paragraph 7. All right. Okay, see if any new comments have come up. Down we go. Okay, and I don't see anything yet, but that's okay. Let's take a look. Okay, so paragraph 1. So Sid Kitson hopes that the answer is letter B. So Sid Kitson hopes that Babcock Ranch will be a model for sustainable living. So that was in paragraph 1. As for paragraph 2, he believes that, and the letter was F, that they have a responsibility to prove things can be done differently with sustainable development. All right, guys, so my apologies that we didn't have enough time to get through the rest of the comprehension, but I think you guys got a pretty good idea of what was going on in the story. Hope you found it interesting. Thank you for joining in today, and thank you for your patience in me clicking on refreshing the chat and everything. So Alan will be here tomorrow teaching you. I will see you guys on Tuesday. So have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.